and we return to Book 7 of Homer's epic, the Iliad, where Ajax duels with Hector. And if you happen to have stumbled across this video without first viewing the others, then I suggest that you take a look at the description down below where I have posted a playlist with every video that has been uploaded so far. But if you are all caught up, without further ado, we shall begin Book 7 of Homer's epic. Now, with Book 7, Hector and Paris have both returned to the front lines of the Trojan ranks, where when the soldiers see the two captains, it reinvigorates the ranks. But back on Olympus, Athena sees Hector return to the front and fears that his arrival may swing the tides of battle back in the favor of the Trojans. And so, as a result, she dresses for war and rushes back to the Achaean front lines, but is ultimately stopped by Apollo, who proposes that they end the fighting for the day with a duel between champions. Athena and the other gods agree to this proposal, and she sends a messenger to Aesir, telling him that Hector should challenge the strongest Achaean to fight. And so, Hector takes on the challenge, and steps out into the front lines, into the no man's land between the armies, and issues out a challenge, calling out to the Achaean ranks, issuing out the challenge to fight the strongest amongst the Achaeans. Hearing the call, Nestor prompts his troops to receive the challenge, and all the great heroes volunteer and cast in their lots. And after the lot is drawn and is passed among each warrior until it reaches great Ajax, who made his mark upon the lot, the troops all breathe a sigh of relief as they believe that out of all the men who had cast their lots, they all believed that Ajax had the best chance of beating the man-killing Hector. Now, when Ajax steps into no man's land to meet Hector's challenge, Hector is intimidated at the sight of the giant brute, but he does not waver. Instead, he boldly throws his spear. But the giant blocks his blow with his huge shield and immediately delivers his counterattack, which narrowly comes close to killing Hector. And the duel goes back and forth with these exchanges of blows until Ajax finally gains the upper hand by knocking Hector from his feet by throwing a boulder at his hip. Now, Hector is not down and out, however, as he quickly springs back up to his feet, but it is clear that he cannot stand up even to the second greatest Achaean fighter, and that the Trojans have no chance in hell should Achilles come back into this fighting. And as the two continue their fighting for the day, Ajax recognizes the skill of Hector. Well, Hector ultimately recognizes the skill of Ajax, and the two men agree that with nightfall fast approaching, that the two sides should call off the fighting for the day, and that they should end the duel by exchanging gifts of friendship, and the two exchange gifts of friendship by giving out gifts of their armor. Now, back in Troy, the two armies have returned, and an advisor suggests that they should follow the oaths made out in Paris's duel by returning Helen back to Menelaus to ultimately end this war. Paris absolutely will not hear this advisor out and refuses to give Helen up, but does agree to a compromise, seeing as he does ultimately know that he did lose this duel, and he did make an oath. He instead offers all the treasures that he had taken with him, plus more, but he refuses to give Helen up. Paris truly thinks that this is the logic of, hey, I stole your wife, and that's why we were at war this past decade, but I'm keeping her. Here, have this gold I also stole instead. Will work. This unsurprisingly, does not work, and the Achaeans flat out reject the offer and call it insulting. They do, however, propose that there should be a temporary truce to bury the fallen, and this truce is gladly accepted by the Trojans. Now, as you quickly see, that this truce is less of a truce to help bury out the fallen by the Achaeans, but more of a ploy by the Achaeans. The Achaeans used this truce time to build a wall with a moat surrounding their ships, protecting it from the Trojans, as well as providing them with a safe refuge should they ever get pushed back again. Poseidon sees these walls and strongly objects to the walls and wishes to rip it down. Zeus calms him and telling him that he can wash it away whenever he should please, but he must wait until after this war. And with that, Book 7 of Homer's The Iliad ends. And if you are interested in continuing to follow along, there you can pick up a nice gilded page and leather-bound edition book down in the Amazon affiliate links down in the description below. But if you didn't like this, then please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below and leave a dislike button. If you did, then don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. And with that, take care, everyone.